It's Dan from the Mike James Rock Show, and I'm here with one of my favourite Dans.
I'm here with one of my other favourite Dans.
So for those that don't recognise this handsome gentleman, it is the frontman of Bury Tomorrow.
Yeah.
And, well, it's been a hot minute since we've spoken to each other.
It has.
Had a little pandemic to deal with.
One of those.
And from what I could tell, you were quite busy during the pandemic because
I was,
there was
yeah,
work, safe spaces, ranting about things online. I mean, you were up to all sorts.
I was, yeah. No, it was a busy time. Like, I was lucky enough, really, that I have another job and I work for the NHS, and so I had an opportunity that when kind of the pressure of a band kind of dropped, the pressure of the NHS obviously went up.
Right.
So it was kind of a perfect moment, really, for me just to go back to work and do what I do, and yeah, obviously spend a lot of time trying to help people with their mental health over this time and stuff. So yeah.
I imagine, because I once did for only a few, like 5 or 6 episodes, a similar thing, and I felt like the pressure that you get off of that. Did your inboxes blow up even more than just being the front man of a band off the back of that?
Kind of not so much. I mean, my Instagram has always kind of been like that. It's always had that feel to it. So it wasn't so much like a big shift. I think for some people, when they kind of then really focused in on that kind of stuff, it's a big shock for people. So there's lots more people and lots more conversations.
Yeah.
But for me, I've kind of always promoted that kind of stuff, or certainly for a long time. And so, yeah, it was pressure, like somewhat. I think more the like scheduling of it was the most of like making sure I had something and making sure, you know, I'd prepared questions if I had someone on to talk. So all the stuff that you guys deal with all the time. And like, but it was, and also making sure that it was sensitive to the topics that we were talking about, you know.
Yeah.
I never want someone to feel triggered after a conversation I have. And so making sure I've got the right places that I can signpost people to, should they need support. But yeah, I mean, it wasn't really a selfless act because I was helping myself in it as well. So
right, because you end up
cathartic process. So.
Well, also I find because I gave up doing it online, but I still give advice to people because I've got pretty words apparently.
Yeah.
But when you believe in your own advice so much, you struggle not to follow your own advice when things are tough for you as well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those moments, like, it's one of your steps to well-being. Like, I talk a lot about steps to well-being, and it can feel a little bit like bleh when you talk about it, but like one of them is called giving, and lots of people misconstrue that with like giving to charity or like giving your time to somebody else has an absolute physiological effect on you. From your mental health aspect, and like it is a cathartic process. You're listening to the things that you're saying, and if you truly mean it and you're not just saying it to tokenism, like, then actually, you know, there's an opportunity for you to connect on a different level, and you really see your worth and your impact on this world. And I'm not going to be over-grandizing it and say that I was changing people's lives, but there is an opportunity there to do exactly that, you know. And so, it continues to be a really cool thing to do, and I've done it less and less kind of as the pandemic, because there's a lot more opportunities for people to do that themselves. What I wanted to instill is like, you can have these conversations. It doesn't have to be someone in a band or, you know, someone in the media or whatever, like doing this stuff. You can do it. And it's more important that people have these conversations on a level rather than like overly say that you can only have that by being someone of status. So it's not true at all, you know.
Well, I have managed to take baby steps, which means I lurch crazily into the unknown of doing this with bands, because once I gave up the blog, I was like, I'm just going to talk to bands about this sort of stuff instead. But to give you a bit of a break from that, because since we've spoken last as well, Bury Tomorrow's gone through a little bit of a, shall we say, a change around. And you've had a lot of trolls complain about things online. I just want to say I've seen you guys a couple of times since the change, and I think you're as good as always.
Thank you very much.
I'm going to set the tone of talking about the change, you know? But how's it been for you? Because I know at one point I saw a post saying that you weren't worried about the future of it, but it was a little bit up in the air.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, like, we wouldn't, like, a lot of people talk about our band if we hadn't changed, and it kind of like it's a bit nonsensical, because our band wouldn't have been a thing. Like, if we didn't change, our band wouldn't be non-existent anymore. Like, it's that serious. Like, and so, you know, the pandemic just made everyone readdress a load of things, and like, you know, music's music, and it is extremely powerful, and it does change lives. But it is, for us, like, this is a band, like, this is music, this is something we enjoy doing, and the minute we don't enjoy doing it, I don't want to do it anymore. I'm not going to slog a dead horse. Like, it's just flog a dead horse. Like, you know, I'm not going to do that. Like, if it's something I don't enjoy doing anymore, like, I won't do it. And that was kind of where we were at, and so a change needs to happen, and there was lots of conversations about, well, do we continue as a band? Do we do something different? And we decided, like, actually, you know, we owe our fans, we owe people over this time, like, and the effort and the energy that they put into our band over the years, like, to really continue in a new way. And And it'd be weird if we were trying to emulate the old stuff, and it'd be weird. Like, yes, we play the old songs, we can't not. Like, but it'd be weird if we were like, oh, we'll just replace that person and just replace Jason. That's it. You know, we move on. It just would feel weird. So we wanted to replace him in a different way and really kind of spark a new era of our band. And that's exactly what it's done. You know, we're more energized now. We are absolutely driven and professional in everything we do. Like, you know, things like this, it's like going to work. Like, this is what we're here to do. Like, I'm here to play the best live show we can play, here to make the best songs we can make, and nothing's changed in that front. And so, like, it's kind of weird. It feels nostalgic getting back on stage, but also very energizing new. So, and the two new guys, Ed and Tom, like, just amazing human beings, which makes it so much better, you know? It
brings in, like, these guys aren't, like, sort of gig tired or even a bit Bury Tomorrow tired, because you can get a bit sort of, as you say, it's a job. As bringing two sort of fresh sets of energy to bring you guys something, especially, as you say, as soon as I saw Jace left, I was like, well, respect to him. If he doesn't want to do it, then you guys are giving him the easiest way of doing it. And then to carry on the way that you are, I would have been shocked if it did sound like before, because almost disrespectful to what happened before, you know?
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, you've got to honour the fact that the guy was in the band for an incredible amount of time, like, you know, and directed us in a certain way, you know. But at the end of the day, shit happens. Like, it is what it is, you know? Like, at the end of the day, like, I'm not going to sit and cry about it right now. Like, there are differences. There are stuff that people will never know because it's not appropriate for them to know. Like,
exactly.
You know what? Like, I am, like, extremely open about my own personal life. I'm extremely open about my band life and stuff, but there are certain things that it's not appropriate for people to know, and nor are they entitled enough to know. Like, I'm not going to drag anyone. I'm not going to sit here and talk about the ins and outs of our band. Like, it's not appropriate. Like, you either get on board and you either like it or you don't like it, and that's fine. Like, I'm not bothered. Like, genuinely, like, I'm driven in this space now to say, like, I believe we're making the best stuff we've ever made. It'd be weird if I didn't say that. It'd be really strange if I was like, oh, that stuff's terrible. But, like, I believe it's the best live show you'll see at Bury Tomorrow. I believe it's the best music you'll hear of us. And it's absolutely fine that people prefer the old stuff. Like, that's okay. But also, it's really great that we've got loads more fans coming forward and saying we love the new stuff. So,
well, the thing is, as you say, is you either get with the program now, or there's no Bury Tomorrow.
Or you listen to older stuff. Like, crack on. Like, it's all good. Like, I'm all for people listening and preferring older albums. They've done their entire career, you know? They did that, you know, when we released Union of Crowns. That's a seminal album for a lot of people. And so I have no problems with someone coming up to us now and saying, oh, I like Cannibal or I like Life and Death, but Union of Crowns is my favourite album. Like, cool. Like, that's their favourite album. Music's subjective, you know? So, as I said, like, it's when people make up stories like they know the ins and outs of our band and they've got no fucking clue whatsoever. It's like, that's when it starts getting funny. That's when I start getting upset about it, because I don't assume their life.
No.
I don't sit and make up rumours about them. Like, that, and this world now is so entitled, and there's a lot of that online. Whilst we are very lucky, we are extremely privileged that people respect us and talk about our band with utmost respect. But there's a lot of people out there that sit behind a keyboard and think they know stuff they don't know. And so I'm not going to correct them. They carry on, do your thing, and they probably are still coming to Bury Tomorrow shows. They're probably still buying Bury Tomorrow merch, probably still listening to our music, and that's cool. Like, whatever. But yeah, it's just one of those things. It's an interesting time to be alive. It's also a very interesting time to be a band, you know? Yeah.
Well, we've, as always, just jumped straight into some bigger stuff. When we're not at a festival, next time you guys have got a UK tour going on, maybe sit down with you a bit longer, not to go over the same stuff again, but I just love talking to you. I like the way you view everything. Like, also some of the confidence you have saying, you know, like, this is the boundary of what I will and give the fans a lot. I think a lot of bands can learn from that when it comes to putting too much out there.
Appreciate it.
So I'd love to just always talk to you more. So we'll do that on tour sometime. Otherwise, have a great show later, man.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
No worries.
Welcome to the My James Rock Show.